What is that one Singapore stock that just came into my watch list as we begin 2024 that can potentially offer another 23% more upside? Hey guys, Joey here, top tier MyZero trader in Philips Securities, and in this video, I'll be showing you just one stock whereby it came to my watch list again as we began this new year. There were some signs of the trend reversing back up, and of course some upside targets were drawn. Right. So what stock is this? Make sure you watch this video all the way to the end, and I'll also share with you what it says on my 1GT system, whereby we had a couple of bearish signals and it sold off, and some new bullish signals came out, and we started to see the reversal that could potentially be still ongoing. What stock is this? Let's go. So let me share with you this stock, and this stock is called Samudera Shipping, alright, pretty much in the shipping sector, alright, and you can see that right over here, just about 2 weeks back, we were trading at about that 0.7372 level, and you can see right over here whereby some upside targets were drawn as we broke this very critical 65 cents resistance, right? And you can see that since like last year March, we actually have been selling down from March, April, May, June 2023, all the way from $1.20 to $1.90 until about 60 cents, 58 cents right over here, whereby we found a support and we started to see some signs of the reversal happening. All right, so some upside targets were drawn then about 2 weeks back, all the way to about 80 cents to 85 cents, and that's about 2 weeks back. So I think it's gone up a little bit, but I still feel that there could potentially be more upside. So let's take a look at where we are right now for Samudera Shipping before we dive into what can potentially happen. So Samudera Shipping right now trading at about 0.75, all right, and yes, neared our 80 cents first target over the past few days, and some selling is actually coming back. All right, so before I talk about where we are right now, you can see that for Samudera Shipping, as I mentioned, we hit a high of about $1.20 somewhere in March last year, all right, and then we sold all the way down until we found the same bottom right around here at about 0.58, pretty much back to where we were just about 2 years back. All right, you can see right over here, rebounded, and same thing, we went all the way down there, and we were kind of like looking for some signs of the short-term trend starting to turn up, or some possibility of a reversal back up. All right, and it seems like it has happened, as I mentioned, right? You can see that we broke above this resistance level. You can see as it consolidated, it was like moving up, swing down, swing up, down, all right, below this 65 cents level. And when it broke that 65 cents resistance level, that is where potentially there could be some signs of a reversal in the short term. And we also want to look at what we call the 20 days moving average. As you can see, this 20 days moving average is a green line, as you can see right over here. So since like March, April last year, as we sold down, this 20 days moving average line was pretty much pointing down. It's what we call a short-term moving average. It kind of represents the short-term trend. So it's just pointing down, flat, down, pretty much down and down, right? And that's where prices continue to head lower. But as we approach, right, this 58 to 60 cent level, you could see that finally, right, there were some signs of the 20 days moving average line. Look at this right over here, starting to point up finally. Obviously right now it is still pointing up as prices has gone a little bit higher, and prices is still above this 20 days moving average green line, right? So that's why I would say that the short-term trend has turned from like down to flat to up right now. Not right now, I mean about 2 weeks back it was already up. Right now it is still up. All right, and we could still potentially see more short-term upside. So it seems like we have found another higher support. It used to be like 65 cents, but over the past 2 weeks, it has shifted a little bit higher. So we can kind of like shift this up right over here, maybe somewhere around that 70 cents, which also coincides with where the green line is. Look at this, the 20 days moving average green line is right over here, around that 70 cents. So it might just kind of consolidate right now from 70 cents to maybe about 80 cents. So I think there would be another resistance level right around here. All right, 80 cents is a psychological resistance. You can see right over here, because over the past like 2 years, we kind of like touched, we sold off, there's a resistance, we broke and went up. Look at this, we broke down, swing up, retested it. All right, so resistance, and now that is where some selling is actually happening again, right? So the range could be anything from like 70 cents to 80 cents. We might just consolidate up and down, but as long as you stay above 70 cents right now, I think the short-term trend still looks good. There could be more upside in terms of a potential reversal, right? So what could be the level, all right, in case we break 80 cents, as I mentioned, right, more than 23% upside, it could potentially offer that if we were to break certain levels like the 80 cents, so if we break 80 cents all the way up, could be another like 23% upside. We might slowly push all the way up to around that $1. All right, $1 would be the next psychological resistance level. We broke down somewhere in April last year and sold all the way down. So that could be the next upside, about 23% upside to around $1 if that 80 cents were to give way. So right now you can see over the past 2 days, I think as it approached like 79, 78, some selling pressure is coming back, which is normal, right? So it's good to see a little bit of consolidation below a resistance level for a while, and it attempts to break it again, and that's where more buying momentum can come back again. Yes, so this is Samudera Shipping, all right, that came into my watch list over the past weeks, which you can also potentially put in your watch list to watch and see if you can potentially hit higher by more than 23% towards $1, towards 90 cents, and that's where some profit taking can actually happen again. All right, but the key here is that how was I actually notified or alerted to this stock in the first place? I mean, it was, as I mentioned, right, it was just like selling down from March, April last year. It headed down. And how did I get notified that the reversal could potentially start to happen? Well, I have a system called 1GT. All right, it's based on the one good trend strategy. All right, and I have a system, pretty much a software that alerts us to companies like this, and there are what we call like bullish or even bearish signals that comes out on the system that guides us on entry and exit as well. So let's take a look at what it says on my 1GT system for the past like 1-2 years, and what it's saying right now, and if that could actually be a little bit more upside. So this is Samudera Shipping that I've shared with you just now on my 1GT system. In short, it's called One Good Trend, right? A software that alerts us to companies like this and also guides us on entry and exit based on the bullish or maybe even bearish signals that we can see, right? So you can see right over here that it is like a blank chart. There's nothing on it, right? But we have kind of like back tested it, refined the criteria, the algorithm behind it, that with a click of a button right over here, and it pulls out all the bullish and even bearish signals. So I'll not go too far. I think somewhere around like 2022, about 2 years back, it was actually one of those stocks that we were looking at, right? There was some bullish signal right over here. You can see a green arrow pointing up. That would be what we call a bullish entry signal. It looks a little more bullish as a push up. Another bullish signal in March 2022 pop. All right, a little bit of a bearish signal. You can see when we see a red arrow pointing down, that's a bearish signal, and we start to see selling. Another bullish signal, all the way back up. So that was pretty much what has happened over the past 2 years. So I'll not go through all the signals, but these are all real life signals. If you scan on a particular day, and it will come out, or you can just type the name of a stock like what over here, like Samudera Shipping, and it appears. Right, so you can see right over here on the 5th of Jan 2022. All right, 2023, right over here. Wow, that was a pretty good rally last year all the way up. And as I mentioned, we started to see selling, right, somewhere around like April. You can see that's where we had like bearish signals coming out. Red arrow pointing down. It started to sell down. Another bearish signal started to sell down. Bearish signal started to sell down. And it started hitting lower and lower, as I mentioned, from like about 120 all the way to around that 60 cents, right? So let's just zoom into where we are right now. So you can see right over here that on the 19th of December, just about a month back, right, even before the end of 2023, right, we actually got, after all the bearish, red arrow, and it's selling down and down, finally we got a green arrow pointing up, right? That would be a bullish entry signal, and started to push up. As I mentioned, we broke what we call the 60 cents, 65 cents resistance level, and we have since started to push higher to where we are right now. So you can see right now that there are no exit signal, or exit signal from this bullish entry signal. So an exit would be something like a white arrow pointing down. If we do see that, then that's where some selling pressure can come back again. All right, you might want to take some profit. Or if we do see like a new red arrow pointing down, like a bearish signal, then you want to be careful. That's where there could potentially be more heavy selling as well to guide you to get out. But right now, Samudera Shipping right here, we had a recent 1GT bullish entry signal. It started push up a little bit, like I mentioned. There's still no exit. So as I say, right, if we do break like what we call the 80 cents, it might start to push even higher and higher until we might hit the resistance level again, and that's where potentially we might see an exit or maybe even a bearish signal to guide us, maybe to take some profit as well. Yep, so that is Samudera Shipping on my 1GT system. And if you want to find out a little bit more on the system or the entire framework, the one good trend strategy or framework behind the system, you can attend one of those free webinar or web class that we're still running on Zoom. All right, just place the link below this video. Click on it, register for it. Right, it's pretty much the last few classes that we have before we stop, as we don't do this every month. All right, so click on the link to register for it. I'll see you or share with you a little bit more on the strategy and also how you can have access to this system as well to guide you on entry and exit, and also be alerted on stocks like this to catch the reversal, or maybe stocks that are already in an uptrend and you can ride the upside even more. All right, so this is Samudra shipping. All right, right over here, as I mentioned, all right, 80 cents will be a level to watch. Hopefully we break that level. Alerts have been set. If we do break that level, we will be alerted. I think that's where we could potentially see a bit more upside to 90 cents to maybe even $1. So Joey here, thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, guys, go ahead to give me a like, smash the subscribe button as well so that you will not miss out on videos like this. And I look forward to see you in one of those webcasts where I can share with you a little bit more.